It's a pleasure to welcome you to this edition of the Political Rumbles here in CoreWave TV. Yes, it's been an exciting moment having you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Russia has won ECOWAS, EU, and every other African countries who are interested in, of course, executing war in Niger, that they may not take that for granted. So, are you foreseeing another Third World War, of course, rolling out from Africa?
The Western world knows exactly what they are doing. Their strength came from Africa, and this is the power. This war is between the West, not even African war. Though they want to use Nigeria as a stooge, or ECOWAS as a stooge to fight the war. No wonder they gave Nigeria the leadership of ECOWAS. Not really that they merited it, but because of this purpose, things like this. So, in my discussion yesterday, I was saying that Nigeria should totally extend from that war. Nigeria should not go to that war because Russia want to open African eyes now. Now, through that coup in Niger and other African countries, Mali and Burkina Faso, they are trying to open our eyes to know exactly that the Western world is sucking us. And that same thing happen in Nigeria. I know that's the fear. But if it happens, it's to our own good. Thank you.
Yes, to our own good, because there is no difference between what is happening in Niger prior to the, of course, coup that ousted the president, who was so insensitive and selfish over his policies and service to the Nigerians. Now, what does Nigeria stand to lose? Should Nigeria, of course, continue in this fight?
The war?
Yes.
You first of all fight Boko Haram that is within your custody, within your territory. You are not finished fighting Boko Haram, and you want to. And the citizens of Niger say they are all happy celebrating. I was watching them; they were celebrating the coup, which means the whole nation agreed. Say, let us have this coup. Why should you go and interfere? They are happy. Allow them to celebrate their it's not really freedom. Nobody really wants military rule. But when I was in school, when we studied the causes of military intervention, corruption among the politicians, imagine, as big as Niger, in landmark, I believe they are bigger than Nigeria in landmark. Nothing. It's a dry place. Why the Western world, like France, have been sucking them, taking their mineral resources? If you go to that place, it's a dark place. No development, nothing. Why they are getting their strength from here?
Imagine they produce uranium that
uranium.
France used to power their power energies.
So
why Nigeria is supplying them energy? You can't imagine the irony.
Can you imagine?
You have what it takes to generate power in its relative abundance, and yet it's just like cooking what you can eat.
You are getting the point. So they are suffering. Why France are sucking them, taking their mineral resources. It's not only uranium they produce. They also have other mineral resources, which America is interested, and other countries are interested. France that colonized them could not bring civilization, could not give them the energy. They don't have light. Nigeria is supplying them light. Now Nigeria have decided to cut it off. They are still happy because they gained their freedom. Not that military is good, but that freedom is getting freedom from the West. And Nigeria need that kind of thing.
I think the military junta has the good interests of the people at heart. They have appointed about 16 appointees or 18. Only 3 of them are military.
Yeah.
They have appointed an economist of great repute to revamp the economy of Niger. I think that is in the right direction.
In fact,
would it be that the France are afraid of what the future might host for them? Should they lose grip or hold of some African states, which they have been trying, of course, sucking dry to sustain their economy.
To sustain the economy. Russia know that their strength, the strength of these people are from here, Africa. And that's why Russia came to open our eyes. If it have started from other countries. Russia went to South Africa and told them that he will forgive all their debts. And he's now coming to the West now. I mean West Africa. To open our eyes to know exactly that the power the West is using, their mineral resources, all the things that. Can you imagine that Nigeria is producing oil? We don't have any.
We don't have refinery for more than 60 years.
Can you imagine Nigeria is still producing? They don't have those things they can use to refine the uranium. All those the things they can get. They can't refine anything in their country, and thereby pushing them back. So the France losing Niger is a very big blow to them. It will affect them economically, even as world power. So I know Russia know about that. That's why Russia is intervening in this matter, because they are angry. That's the power. They are looking for world power, and all the power they are using is from Africa.
And it's quite unfortunate that the African leaders are playing to the gallery rather than seeking for the emancipation of their own people, listening to the yearnings and groanings of the people. They want to dance to the tune of their, of course, of the Western dictators, if I may say. That is quite unfortunate.
This is new colonialism. That is the second phase of colonization.
Exactly.
Can you imagine? Our current president and Emmanuel Macron is 5 and 6. That is the only president that congratulated him as a president. Other presidents refused to congratulate him. But because of that, because of their relationship, Emmanuel Macron wants to use the influence to influence our senators to assign the war, to approve it. Imagine they are debating every day in the House of Senate. Should we go to the war or not? I know majority say no, but because of the influence of president, you understand, the relationship he had with France, that's why he want to force Nigeria to war. My brother, Nigeria should be very, very careful. Don't go to the war. It will affect our economy. America and France and America, they are using all their ECOWAS leaders. They have to go to the war. They call it ECOWAS, but it's a Nigerian war. I'm seeing it in Nigeria. Yesterday, I saw they burnt down Nigerian embassy.
Embassy was at flame.
Yes, I think I support the guys. Thank God they are not Nigerians that are afraid of death. They are not afraid. You know that what it means? It means that they are telling Nigerians, come to the war.
Come to the war. We are waiting for you.
If you
think that you can take us for granted.
That is the meaning of that. But the Nigerian embassy, I saw them like this when they play placards. Even Tinubu's image everywhere saying Balawo, thief. They speak in English and they also speak in French language. But we understand that they are looking for Nigeria. They are radio.
There are some Nigerians who have expressed a concern that their lives have been threatened over there and calling the Nigerian government for evacuation. I do think that such might be possible under these circumstances.
War have not started. Everybody has the route to come back or to go to anywhere you want to go. You should not wait for federal government
before it escalates.
Before the thing escalates. So you need to find your way now, because night have not come. But if the war starts, which I don't pray for, Nigeria should not be involved in that war. That is my own take on that. But my brothers here, and my advice to them is that let them find their way now. Because that place, if war starts like this, there may be no way out. So let them start it now and find their way.
And they are afraid that
they should stop waiting for the federal government to come and evacuate them.
Because it's not possible. You know the process, and they might not even pay attention to that.
Yeah, that is exactly what.
It's quite unfortunate. We are in a very precarious season or moment of our time.
Yeah.
And the entire northern people are the ones that will bear the brunt, because we share common boundaries, about 7 states with Niger, and they might not take it lightly with the northern hemisphere.
With this, you know that the North have assigned former CBN governor, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. They assigned Adesanum Abubakar and the other elites from the north to go and solve the problem in Niger. They went to that place because they know the implication, and they ignore them. I know President Muhammadu Buhari will be regretting hand over the presidency to this man,
to Tinubu,
because President Muhammadu Buhari will not allow Nigeria to have war with
Niger. A place he said that is his next home, that a place of harbor.
Yes, a place of harbor. And I also believe that his roots come from Niger. He came from Niger. If you trace him very well, maybe the grandfathers came from that side. And he linked us to Niger through railways.
And so many benefits that was,
in fact,
even refinery he built for them.
He built refinery for them, and you can come from Niger without presenting any passport to Nigeria. You can also go to that place without any passport. Where is it done?
And you see that when you understudy the population of Nigerian military formation, up to 40% are Nigerians. On Niger. So doesn't that pose a security threat even when the war is being executed?
My brother,
there could be sabotage on the part of the Nigerian military.
The Nigerians you are talking about, they are all here. If you divide these Okada people into three, they are Nigerians. They came from Niger. They can even start fighting you from here.
From here?
Yes. While you are fighting them there, they will be fighting you here from here. They are ready to die. They are not afraid of death. They are not even care to live or whatever. They don't have life to protect. They don't have any property to protect. They can fight anytime, anywhere.
They are battle ready at all times, not just Nigerians.
That war is a very big threat to Nigeria. So Nigeria, my own advice is that Nigeria should swallow their pride and take the shame and sit back and organize and put our economy in place.
We are already at war in Nigeria, economic war. People cannot eat, let alone when
you go to external war.
When you go to external aggression, and you'll be facing almost two giant demons at the same time from back front, and unfortunately, possibly the Senate have affirmed their position that there is no war. They are not consenting to that, and if should Tinubu use his executive power to do that, don't you think even Nigerians will declare war against the president?
Mr. President is trying to influence the Senate. That's what he's doing. He's trying to influence the Senate so that they can give him approval to go to war. Now, the Senate said they don't want war. Nigerians, anybody you interview now, they will tell you Nigeria should extend from that.
Because there is no reason, there is no justifiable reason why they should go to war in the first place.
99.9% of Nigerians are happy for that coup. Why should you go and interfere?
Interfere over their internal affairs.
They are celebrating that. Nobody says it's bad. Why should you go and interfere?
And there have not been any record of violation of fundamental human rights.
No killing, no brutal,
no genocide. So why should Nigeria?
It's a peaceful something. Why should you go and interfere?
It should be an act of insensitivity on the part of the Nigerian. Well, it's been a wonderful time having you in today's political rumble, sir. Thank you for your submission.
Thank you, bro.
It's been a sad. We hope that we will not be conscripted, of course, to join the war, because with what we are seeing, Nigerian military are short of personnel. Will you be ready to fight to join the Nigerian military? Should you be called up in the course of war?
Well, let me tell you, my leg is in Cotonou. One of my legs is in Koto, one is in Lagos. So if anything happens, I will carry my family and fly away, because Nigeria will become a battleground. The West want to test their ammunitions, dangerous intercontinental ballistic missile that will come from Russia, coming from this now, because when they are attacking Nigeria, they will be attacking Nigeria at the same time. My brother, be warned on time. Thank you.
Be warned is the final, of course, submission here to anyone that cares. Of course, especially those political elites. We hope you will listen to this before it becomes too late. It's been an exciting moment. Thank you once again, comrade. We do appreciate